Hi, my name is Natalie, aka Stop Motion Potion. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm doing a book review of Chicken Run Hatching the movie. I love Chicken Run. It's my favourite Aardman film, and I'm just a big Aardman animations fan in general, so can't wait to go through this book with you. So let's go! I have some book stats on the screen. If you can't see them, don't worry, I'll go through them for you. The title is Chicken Run Hatching the Movie. The author is Brian Sibley. It's 191 pages. It's written in English, and it was published in the year 2000 in London by Book Street Publishing. I got this book a few years back now, and I think I got it off Amazon. Other places retailers are available. If you can't get it off Amazon, then I hope this review helps you give an understanding of what's in the book, or whether you want to pick it up in future, maybe if it's available, because there's great stuff in it, like the picture on the left there of an animator touching up one of dog puppets from the film, and you have information about the film, the screenplay and such on the other side, just gone. And you have these great drawings by Nick Park of the chickens on the contents page and the publishing details page. Even in the forward you have a picture of Mel Gibson in the voiceover booth with Rocky on the other side. That's great. It's a real gem of a book. There's lots of great stuff in there for Aardman fans and stop motion fans. And there's some great film stills, like you can see from the beginning of the film. And I like that there's not too many that they take over the book. You get your fair share and range of images here, so that's a plus of this book. I love this great behind the scenes picture. Nick Park on the left holding a maquette of Ginger, with Peter Lord, one of the co-founders of Aardman Animations, on the right. I'm not worthy. I'm literally not worthy. And you get these other pictures of the studio, and you get more of an insight, and I just think, like I said earlier, gem of a book. These paintings, artwork by Michael Salter and Warwick Cadwell-Jones, done in 1998, 2 years before the film's release. I just think they're absolutely gorgeous. They're so rich in colour and make me happy whenever I see them. They convey emotion, they convey, an atmosphere, and I love seeing them scattered throughout the book. It's just, gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. The book is split into parts, as you can see. Part 1, the coop, and it has like this sort of engineered schematic drawing from the film, and then you have your main introduction to the chapter, so you have that and the character page on the left as well, which there are a few of in the book, and it's a really nice addition that each character has a time to shine. And in this chapter, Aardman BC before chickens, they talk about animation that came before, such as legends like Ray Harryhausen, Terry Gilliam, and Aardman's history, hence Morph cartwheeling across the page. I love Morph. Who doesn't love Morph? I'm glad they included Morph in this. It's great. I love this page. Because it has research and inspiration for the pie machine in Chicken Run. Something you wouldn't expect to see in a book, so it's great that it's in there. And then you have the finished pie machine itself, in relation to Mr. and Mrs. Tweety and Ginger, whoever took the photographic stills for this book. I mean, this is a great photographic still, so whoever you are who took that picture, thank you, because it's brilliant and I love it. Like, if they just did a photo book for Chicken Run, I'd be all over it. There's Bunty there on the left character page, and on to chapter 2, an escape movie with chickens. You have some great pictures on this page. You have stills for Creature Comforts when they did chickens before, and also a picture of Peter Lord in a chicken costume in the top left. Suits him very well, very fetching. this is what I mean. Gems, these little gems that are in the book scattered throughout. Another great photo. Here we go. You see the lighting setup, you see the studio ceiling, you see them in relation to the set and the puppets, and because the chickens are in the same scene as the human puppets, the chickens are only like 3 to 4 inches high, so that gives a great sense of scale there, and I love the angle of that picture. And I love this painting in the bottom right of Ginger flapping her wings. Like, again, shout out to the artists. It was so expressive, and I love that they capture that. I love this scene in the film. It's near the beginning, and I love it. I literally could sit here and recite to you the whole of Chicken Run, but I won't do that. I'll spare you all the pain of that. There's Babs there on the left character page, and we start a new chapter, chapter 3. Again, love the chicken character concept designs there, and they've got some great ones of Matt coming up. Nice dark moody picture of the farm on the right, and I love, so atmospheric. And then you have this nice watercolor wash, double page spread, and the irony of the sign saying Sunny Farm, keep out. I love Aardman and their puns and in jokes. It's one of the reasons I love them so much. Here we go. Here's the Mac character designs that I mentioned before. Really nice. They're really nice. And if you haven't seen Chicken Run, it's very English sense of humour, very funny. Like, recommend it. And I know people say it's like The Great Escape, just animated and with chickens, but I love it. I absolutely adore it. And here, the storyboards I love as well. I love a lot of things in this book, you can probably tell. It's just the storyboards, like, get across the characters, the sense of humour, and overall, I think they really do encapsulate Aardman as a whole. To be honest, I could just look at the storyboard images themselves and not read and know what's going on. Like the joke there with Mr. Tweedy wondering what's going on with the chickens, with a question mark over his head when the chickens are exercising. That's that point in the film. And yes, I did say chickens exercising. You have to see the film. I'm not mad. It happens in the film. Like I said, it's very funny, and I love Aardman's sense of humour. It speaks to me so much. Part 2, Life on the Run. Ooh, ominous. Mac character page there, chapter 4, Finding the Story. I love this page because it has bits of storyboard, but I like the sort of post-it things going on. Them 3 images all askew and different, and you have the image in the bottom right of them going through the storyboard. And again, this book continues to make it visually interesting in different ways, and I love that how they draw different panels to show the chickens on top of each other when they're trying to impersonate Mrs. Tweedy to get past the guard dogs to escape. And there she is, Mrs. Tweedy herself, Miranda Richardson. More storyboards. Rocky there, chapter 5. And we have the voice cast. See, this is what I mean. This time they have like bigger versions of them behind the scenes in the voiceover booth and pictures of their characters. And I love that. You don't see that in many books. Like, it's brilliant. Still from the film. And then you have the rest of voice cast, a brilliant voice cast. Imelda Staunton, Timothy Spall, Miranda Richardson, Jane Horrocks, Phil Daniels, Julia Sawala. It's such a great cast, and they're great for the characters they play. Really good voices on this. And that page actually reminded me of, like, if you go to a theatre or something and it has the cast listing when you get a programme. Like, I love that they included this in a book about an animated film. Like, you know, and this was published in 2000. And so it gives me great joy to see this stuff because I love all the behind the scenes material. There is Mr. Tweedy, poor bloke, chapter 6. This is a great image. So this is like behind the scenes in the workshop of the model makers making multiple chickens, which is important in an animation. You might need multiple models for different scenes or things that some of the puppets can't do or aren't suitable for. It's great to see this behind the scenes visuals of them making stuff, the process. It just makes my heart so happy to see it because I love the heart and soul that goes into it. You can see Bunty's armature inside there, just pointed to, and see different stages from armature, maquette, you know. You're probably familiar with the term maquette if you've seen a lot of Disney behind the scene features and their art books. Sometimes they can just be busts or full character maquettes. And then you have shots, again, photography stills, whoever took this, great job. You see the rig there of them running, and that's at the start of the film where they're catching up to Ginger. And I love this. This is one of my favourite things as well behind the scenes because you see the lower half of Mr. Tweedy, but it's big because the shot is focusing on Ginger, but Mr. Tweedy needs to be bigger because he's a human size and she's a chicken. And I love seeing the behind the scenes of that. And great more behind the scenes stuff on this double page spread with lip sync. Mrs. Tweedy saying Mr. Tweedy. I love that they included this for a number of reasons. Lip sync, for those who don't know, is where you match a character's mouth to audio dialogue or what they're saying. And so getting synchronization, like it says, lip sync, is really important. It can be mind-boggling at first, but once you know what you're doing, it's slightly easier to get your head around. And here we have the Tweetys House. I love this because like I love a lot of things in this book. The size of it's massive, and like you see that still on the right compared to the size of the actual model set, you just see how much love and the scale and goes into it, and I love seeing that. Like, just appreciate the artistry even more. Like with that picture, a smaller set inside the Tweety's home with an animator there. It's just awesome to see. And what's more awesome is seeing all individual miniature pieces that are in the scene that you may overlook when you watch the film first few times. And I love that they have them isolated and along the bottom of the previous page where you can see them more in detail. Same here with the farming supplies and materials. You got a lantern there, you know. This is my favourite double page spread of the whole book. I absolutely love this double page spread. If I could frame this, I would. Because you got the animator, you've got the rigging, you've got the chickens, the hen houses, Mr. and Mrs. Tweedy. I love that. If I could frame that, I'd have that on my wall. But my scanner is not the best, so probably wouldn't work that well. But it's just so good. I'm really sad that they lost a lot of stuff in the fire they had, but it's great having this book to just have an insight to what went on. And you can see on the left the picture with the animator, you could just see their head in shot, and on the opposite page see the animation stage with the chickens on, which is great. You see that extra bit of, set. And the schematic of the pie machine I love. Like, there's no way I could draw that, but I love schematics like that. And I love how they've included pictures of the pie machine in its simplest form, in a cardboard and paper model first, before they made the final pie machine, as a point of reference, because reference is really important in animation. And the lots of people still need reference as a guide to help them figure out what the final product will look like. So it's really nice to see that in here. More details on the pie machine, the finished pie machine. We have the crate, the chicken's getaway plane, getaway vehicle that saves them from Tweety's farm. Mrs. Tweety there, chapter 8, making the right moves. I love the scene between Rocky and Ginger. I really do. It's a great moment. I should also say that, oh, and this is a classic as well. Sorry, getting off track here. In the book, I haven't mentioned this yet, they include parts of the script, so bits of dialogue and that, which is great as well. And again, love to see it. More pictures of animators animating. Love to see it. It's just really great to see different animators and the same animators. Going back to the reference point I made before with the pie machine, reference for dancing, you'll find in animation you may have to act out a lot of things, because if you do it from your head, it might not turn out like it does in reality. An animator looking at the monitor there you just saw. This page has storyboards and previs, so computer previs of when they're in the pie machine, which I find is really interesting and I wasn't expecting to see in the book. It's a really nice little addition and added bonus. Have picture there Peter Lord and Melon Crossingham with the chickens, and then in the bottom right corner, like where the animators prepare the puppets before filming and stuff. It's really interesting seeing all these different areas and of Aardman where they do war and so on. And Mrs. Tweety, I love that they put Miss Chicken Pie 1955 at the bottom of that. It's so funny, very Aardman. On this page you can see two pictures of Lloyd Price and Nick Park trying to have a go at what the flapping of the chickens might look like when they panic halfway through the film. There you go. Where Rocky is about to go to save Ginger from the Tweetys from the pie machine. Oh, that is so funny when they panic. Sorry, panicking is not funny. I hate panicking, but in context of the film, it's funny. Because Bunty says, "Let's not panic," and then they all panic. There I am talking about the film again. And then we have the credits. All the amazing, wonderful, talented people who worked on the film are listed in the book, and I'm so happy that they included them all, because a lot of work goes into stop motion films and it shouldn't be underestimated, like with any film really. A lot of love and a lot of passion. I should also quickly say that the design on the dust jacket is also the same as what's underneath on the hardcover. That's my review of Chicken Run Hatching the movie. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm hoping to do a lot more of these in the future. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'd give this book 5 stars, full of content. Definitely recommend it. I'm not paid or in partnership with anyone. It's just my personal thoughts and opinions about the book, reviewing, and I'll leave you with when life gives you chickens, watch Chicken Run. See ya!